Amena wasena me mo akwaba biem evamra PM Media Jitina Honorable Kwame A+ akasa se Yera akompra kon Kennedy Agyapong in fact oye ne mentor na A+ nzu nyaaya nka de base ba obedwane ana eza azo no wogina fa akọ obia ene no enche Honorable A+ nso ko obedwane Kennedy ana se Kennedy just a mentor. Now him so be to me be mentor. No so e dey be follow ana. Ebusia, mo enjoy A+ the conversation so Emra.
When you hear people say Kwame A+ intimate kasa wo parliament, and you get worried.
On MPs no mo kasa no den no mo aka. I want to build the biggest industrial park in Africa. Me could do parliament and say kasa no is a waste of everybody's time. First name say ya kwa kasa wo. But me could do say kasa no like kasa no ya kasa. Like ya kasa me kwa me ni interest in kasa. I want to build. I build your me kwa kade. Omo we kan omo kan no. I want to build. Me I want to be an industrialist. Person me work kasa dey we papa we na omo kasa free.
But parliament is a talking chamber.
But also at some men can that be what kasa dey na o man na ye. I can always me pekasa.
Okay.
What I say?
Yes.
I like to talk. I like to have an opinion on every issue that you raise. And I enjoy talking. But the mandate that the constitution gives a member of parliament, and the mandate that the people who put you there, their expectation of you as a member of parliament is the two different things. So we wait to parliament, and you know that this is the mandate, or these are the duties or responsibilities of a member of parliament. Could you actually? So obasa baby mu anu ya wo ko jana na kase. What I say? Wo parliament na mran say na parliamentarian obeye. And the nipa na tifi na do ko no so expect say no into choose ba ko na ye. And I've seen that my people need jobs. My people like what I'm doing. My people have seen that for just a little over a year in parliament. I have turned everything. Say you know, uka so fi go mu a yembisa say wo hefa ya say A+ ho. So everybody is proud. First you know, we share go mu ani a on to make us ofi go mu obi say ofi so ofi agona ofi suedro eso no ofi kwam krom ofi jokwa ofi kwam krom ofi asebo so ofi winiba say no obi so obi ofi go mu a they say enche bia winiba for ko bi some fi o make so o mu fi winiba say o here also e ben A+ ho no. Yes. And then we are going to build. And my people are excited about what we are doing. Be able to provide free internet to its people.
Into Drew constituency capital now.
So where Easter Carnival.
Yes.
First no kana me internet na me say ye am a youth no.
Okay.
They say me kwa France market woman no ye ma me no me
can
say CCAD ye TikTok nkotin. The internet is not for just youth but your mama your papa no, everybody is now connected, everybody is online, you know, eboa in the bebre.
Okay, why it connects automatically and about password be once you enter the constituency capital
internet name A+ ubo password Kwame Asarobia wa connect no.
Really?
Yep. And no bibia ni echire odu nam district capital na France obesia market no so, and it's not just even for the people but connected it's surprisingly district education directorate on internet education directorate no on internet, but you see I can say I've connected them to internet. District health directorate on internet. I can say my provisions are almost I will say connect to the district assembly itself. We have to connect them to the internet. Won't mean tonight we are say by this time when the internet I just will be using the data on the phone. So it is not right. There are some schools a bit here say internet among SDA secondary school they need to be connected because we are almost school for computer lab 1991 not just 1 year there are some towns right after Carnival you be connect almost. I'm going to connect by 2028 now me constituency be also to me internet.
That's your vision,
of course,
by 2028
now also to internet everywhere you go. Your friend is saying Manso, Gomua Manso, right? During this carnival bar, also phone you are connected. Bibiaya Palmwine village, Bibiaya Jatown, you find you get there's free internet. So we'll call your friend is saying a Cropon. I promised them during their festival. I say IT friend is saying center now.
Yes.
We are going to connect it to the internet. I believe strongly. Bro, I'm kind of craving I'm in competition with Obia, and Obia Gumo Yebia. No, I respect their hustle. Obia Yenedie, but you see, in this country called Ghana, it costs about 770 Ghana cedis to provide internet for a whole community. Whatever you do with that information is yours.
770
with 770 Ghana cedis, you can give a community internet for a month. So whatever you want to do with this information, it's your issue. I'm not saying so. It's not even expensive. It is out to see as you are buying the 1 billion. I think that everybody in this country must have access to internet. And I'm telling you that in my constituency, and yeah, so yes, we're providing internet or constituency for your idea. I mean, who say your achievement? Because there are areas where to provide a whole community, like to create an area where everybody can come there, use their internet, do their calls and everything. To create an area for to even put outdoor routers. Like when I'm street, you can just browse. Some places it costs 500 Ghana cedis to give the whole community that thing. 500 for a month.
And we have fast internet.
It is the fastest. It's the fastest in the world. My constituency, the internet that I provide to them is fast. And so, whatever you want to do with that, maybe young to us.
Okay, I get it. But that's a good one. I mean, internet provision really good. Beyond that, a day in bio now. Wow, because okay, I look back and I say so. Makes me a sad way, and I'm proud of myself.
That's cancer constituency. But what I have to say is, and it's Gomua Central is the most popular constituency in Ghana right now.
Popular.
The whole Ghana. We be anywhere popular change Gomua Central. Gomua Central is the most popular constituency, and in this world, I didn't tell America 4-year movie. Emma will be a shibi. Now America new back Vietnam 4000. They wanted to put America into your brain. They wanted to put the word, that name America. It has to be a household name. So you started with America because in your mind, your mind is the best place to be. And I can promise you that because of the kind of things that we have done with Gomua Central now, I can tell you for a fact, Crown Forest, Crown Forest, I booked till. It takes a lot to get booking. You have to book in advance.
Crown Forest.
Yes, and it's not just Crown Forest. Year by year, Easter Carnival, hotels are booked. Bro, I have to struggle to get to a place to sleep. What I say, my people on war hospitality facilities, they are making money. They are cashing in. AJY guest house for my friend is booked for the whole period. It's a lot.
And happen that's in
it's not. It would like it's not possible. We are true light at two constituencies also, and that is just one. By the end of May, I will have my free zones developers license. There will be a free zones area in Gomua Central. Yes. Look, Gomua Central is on the second busiest trade corridor on the African continent, and we have to leverage on that one alone. If you happen to find yourself on the second busiest trade corridor on the continent, you should be able to leverage on that to industrialize. And we are going to industrialize Gomua Central. It will not affect only Gomua Central, but Gomua as a whole. Gomua East, Gomua West, Gomua Central. We industrializing. Look, I'm talking to Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. Maybe you're too over ambitious. It's a minimum for trans here. Me person make come vision actually because we for ambulance. We because or bodamba. Yes. But you person see port Mankwaze Manford that area. No, you person you there is an ocean in Gomua, the Gomua West. Okay. And so I'm talking to my people. We want to build an industrial area in our place, and we need a port to link up with it. We are too connected. we can do this together with. All we need is for government to create an enabling environment. Say we need permits, we need this. We want to build the biggest industrial park in Africa. In our area, and it is not just in Gomua Central, but Asasine stretch it all the way into Gomua West. And we want to come together to build an industrial area. Ayeka say ahemfo nananom regional minister Krum. You know, our regional minister a guy man, or one of the best people that you can ever come encounter. And onuni Krum.
Are your constituent na?
First, no Gomua East, Gomua West boom.
Okay.
It's on why MP Gomua constituency, which is Gomua East, and some Yebechim Central, no, and Yaka say na ne kroma hemfo, for instance, omo yasase ato ho say enye se bi omo pesika o, but obi a obeba be industrialize obe create industries where they are providing the land. So my people are supporting me, very almost supporting me pa, and so
I say obenya o free zones license
by ending of May, a worst case scenario.
Meaning say a whole free zones will not be under the free zones authority.
No, free zones authority must give you a license to operate a free zones area.
Okay.
And it is amazing. Free zones Enya me na me from once again we can say person ya dia na nkrofo sabotage the free zone from no frame me. They come to my office, they are working together with us. And what the reason why we need Gomua Central to be a free zones area, and I say it allows you, it gives you a lot of incentives. So incentives now winya no businesses now a wo ho no taxes be or buying the better because we'll be businesses no we importing your man. There are so many incentives are buying the man. And so once we get that area as a free zones area no ebeboa man kofo be breed on businesses about because we business or benefit no
amount for so
benya adwuma bebre aye. But we are not working just with the free zones authority. Ye GIPC, Ghana Investment Promotion for ye adwuma. Currently they are sending interested companies to us. Say business afako Gomua Central. Apart from that, no, we are also in talks with the African Union. Our partnership is going to be between the Ghana Free Zones, ourselves, and the African Union through the African Continental Free Trade Area. And after sending an MOU to form a joint working committee, so that you see after agreement, it allows you to take your goods from one country to all the 50 countries are ratify agreement, without paying duties. So we are creating a free zones area where the raw material will come in duty free. The ones that we need from outside will come in duty free, and then we are creating a partnership with AFTA, which will help us to take the goods from our enclave onto the wider market, also duty free. Also, the reason why China be ye, America be ye, India be ye, na Africa there no, when they say trade barriers no doors. Ufi ha from between Abidjan and Lagos, no, there are about 70 trade barriers. But who produce what Guangzhou now they call Beijing, it's open. And you have a wider market to sell a lot of goods. But Hanu produce Ghana, answer the bedu Lagos no bebre, and that is why they established the African Continental Free Trade Area, our headquarters in Ghana. And so all of these opportunities are available for us. So we are saying to people, come and produce here. Your goods are coming in duty free. When you add value, goods no be free. The African Union is already in there with us, and goods
outside market
to be able to, because 30 million people near Ghana. Argentina to mention Kenya. Say bet me the name Kenya there. Then it means that business now we are Ghana no, we will get a bigger market. But the Uber producer is only in Ghana a high grain, so businesses won't want to come. But we are promising them the entry and the exit.
You've eloquently espoused that big vision of our constituency. You said beyond the talk. Now, when I get to the constituency now, on our proposed site for the enclave, and then I mean who's here?
Currently, we are doing all the paperwork. Currently, we have paid a lot for land land acquisition. We are in talks with the Lands Commission. We have paid a lot.
Is it from the office of the MP? And I'm going say investors be advances.
Maybe as can if you buy there for home.
Oh, that's what I see.
Yeah, create a human crop. And some people bring in our business. It's kind of thing. It's kind of and I was like, a lot. There is a lot, and then there are some areas where I would say, yes, some financial commitment, and we are doing a lot of financial commitments. My interest in this, I'm from, because all my idea, all my friends are in the swatch. So we also want to ensure, say, I have too many people. My friend say, free zones now, we are the account. So a company be bahab. We also benefit. Some joint ventures near there. They want some outright sale. We accept all of that, and then because of that, we are moving very fast. By the end of this year, we will launch our entrance. The entrance is a 10-story on both sides, and it's an iconic entrance into the new city, that industrial city that we want to build.
Okay.
By ending of this year, we should commission the entrance that takes you into the free zones area, and this is going to be an iconic structure that will be built. Fabrication in India, so that it's prefab. We will bring everything and then we will mount, and it's going to be beautiful. You see, there's one thing about us: we don't stop, and we have a policy. Just start. We are very serious about this thing that we want to do, and we are not stopping. I will invite you. Lunch, I'm sure you saw it, but we are going to invite you to the commissioning of the entrance in Gomoa.
That's interesting. I mean, is there something about being a member of parliament? Until you became an MP. Have you had that reality check? No?
I'm not the traditional, or if you like, the traditional member of parliament. Maybe my dear. Now be green and I didn't maybe whom cry fe. I mean, just me to me buanipa. You know, I did TPP. Now you might answer we yari or yanjis can cobuano. We mame yari or yanjis can we can yanko obi or prison yanko, you know. And you know, I know man na back on cry. Me just say to me buanipa. It may be being as a surprise. And as my yakan or hanging at the end, which me I your constituency being one may expect some confonkas my idea. Me anka say me fe. Oh, me to trumpet and I'm
wow, boy.
Me from the tour say trumpet, not trumpet. You say you know, I don't mean nipa me no bebo. Me na mebo. Trumpet in yam. I won't say guitar there. Make my bomb guitar. I'm the more no bobby. But trumpet there, they are no able. As it says, so cover that baby. Until I'm fat, until me trumpet no. Me bo no me am chance no ma hwe. Me nije. Me boa obi na ogyina ne nan so na me obi say etumi aboa no nya scholarship okọ school na me ni age me pese no obeka so odamasi o. Naturally no ya me say member boa nipa won timi ya me fe. So I never get disappointed. Na nkrofo my yard we am me ye no kra me pese obedamasi. So I have never been disappointed, and everything that maybe who or politics, you know, I think that is something that first now some jijiska obi here school fees. Child supporting the way obi here emergency healthcare and I feel my MP na buy my common fund buy and say me nkodi edwuma na me stress no kofo say yan no why ko bi mu here bridge kakra afia buy my miska international say ska nita mama bra bokra easy say ska no me common fund me nkodi bi
na say ska no say no
so kra betimi aye bibi and no so kra e betimi aye bibi. There are so many things about me do common fund aye. And I mean no the constituency na me na no because me the common fund into we am make am adwen akere. Me abazika. Me abazika. Into no ya no make am adwen akere me kan okre na akere. What you say? And I make sure say we are out there to go and serve the people. Me nko school feeding contract. Me ne DC nko school dan ho na DC ko si school dan na wa ma me bi me kra me mpe. I buy contract nankasa no me cry no me mempe. It's, you know, like it's very difficult for me to have issues with even my district assembly.
No, but because you're an independent candidate, district assembly who is a government rep
now kwame plus kwame me pure officer who's a bosom na be now obi a president to me no me be di buru ya And I am the president now. Point to just that I'm a very nice person. I don't abuse my influence and all.
Yeah.
I hate me be mama. And this is my friend before be DC. He's my very good friend. And I'm what I say. And I'm a person oye free not a boy concern. And he's a very good guy. The whole Ghana up could be say BNI. And as a national security, they'll tell you that Gomua Central is the most peaceful constituency. Yam kunsa anyo mano. MP mpe school feeding. MP mpe school at dining yekosi ni ama MPB. And DC any assembly no. Catch so much chip compounds clinic. Minim say be abaya juma dia we ya it take years near here. Me kwa be 3 months no mo si dan na si ho. Enti me trust omo. What you say? But senke ya idea bi a me kra no me the kind of person am ni brace an your man ka me no be ku. What you say? Me ade no some person me ya want to stop me. Kwame plus amasan be MP. What you say? Kwame plus me am ti amasan be MP. But it's just that power that we have is to build, is to serve. It's say no because I'm crying and shut down me ba me fed am funny serious.
Do you honestly get worried when you hear people say Kwame plus intimate Kasawa parliament? And you get worried.
On MPs no mo kasa no den no maka. I want to build the biggest industrial park in Africa. Me could do parliament and say kasa no is a waste of everybody's time. First name say ya kwa kasa wo. But me could do say kasa no like kasa no ya kasa like ya kasa me kwa me ni interest in kasa. I want to build. I do your me kwa kade. Omo we kan omo kan no. Me I want to build. I want to be an industrialist. Person me work as I deal with papa when free.
But parliament is a talking chamber.
But also I tell men can that be what can idea no mine ye. I can always me pekasa.
Okay.
What I say?
Yes.
I like to talk. I like to have an opinion on every issue that you raise. And I enjoy talking. But the mandate that the constitution gives a member of parliament, and the mandate that the people who put you there, their expectation of you as a member of parliament, is the two different things. So we wait to make a parliament, and you know that this is the mandate, or these are the duties or responsibilities of a member of parliament. Could you actually? So obesan baby mu anu ye wo ko jina wona ka say. What I say? Wo parliament na mran say na parliamentarian obeye. And the nipa na tifi na do ko so expect say no into choose ba ko na ye. And I've seen that my people need jobs. My people like what I'm doing. My people have seen that for just a little over a year in parliament. I have turned everything say you know wo ka so fi go mu a yem bisa say wo hefa ya say A plus ho. So everybody is proud. First you know we share go mu ani a on to make us ofi go mu obi say ofi also ofi agona ofi suedro eso no ofi kwam krom ofi jokwa ofi kwam krom ofi asebo so ofi winiba say no obi so obi ofi go mu they say enche bia winiba for obi some fi o so o mu ofi winiba say ohia also e ben A plus ho no. Yes, and then we are going to build, and my people are excited about what we are doing. And you know and na say no me ejata. Yes, man. Jani me ni hwe krama ya opo.
Ti you be abeka bia fa.
Me no who say jata kona krama opo no twene ni akohwe. Da bi bro me back room na me da kiosk mo. My riser be ye MP. Me mu odin me ni edin. Me nkwa me ni hwe nkrofo like akasa na wo kan me be hwe sa ayen. My focus is youth development, women. Me constituency pet. I don't know. But my constituency is one of the few areas ever Ghana mama members can some fanko will be a back 100%.
They've paid back the money.
Wow, anka 1 CD. Omu jumping, omu nim the way I met here. No omu nim say I don't know per se your boy home. 100% like once I buy sika there, if I say be a MP and you buy sika kra. MP there would discount man crofo. Omu ji scanner, onu so we MP na de ba ye die ntua. Me my constituency my members can some fanko ye won fendigra. Omu nyina obi atua 100% anka 1 Ghana. Yeah, principle though. Ghana ni we ye be ye. Ghana o man we da he ye be ye. Everybody brought the money back 100%. I said take it back to them and increase it for them. And I know everybody will bring it back. But Maslock na ye den ye de boa ma ye de boa small businesses ye de boa but scan kwa emma adentia. There is no discipline. But obi anim say Kwame plus scan ye de abase ye de be boa kro no. Woji wia na wo de ba o chine betumi di amobi wodi a wo de next election men to mame
Odi a obey anything.
One can so be whom is suban saying yet. Ube say me, one say me suban yet. Oh, how bones and I am the winner yard and any such a way say, both see you whom kruma. Me man, no feeling you, me man, only principle though. You whom kruma, once a win or G's can D, and you bet catch Ruby also. Aha, to know, once a wood shine will kruma, once a why isolated in a way. How could you witness that? Ye two are, ye shall cry and chow. Aha. Ye shall, would you witness what can ye two are? Wouldn't you who want chow? And so we have to create me and ma the fear of losing election and me bank na me kuta hwe what I say until bibia and said that bibia menya wo wi me no tie ka say I'm proud e me ni je say bibia nyankopon de me bedu enti no chira me ni parliament e be den
yeah but enye obia na what's our mindset I mean say the fear of losing the election should not say for most of your colleagues in parliament no?
Yeah.
Bebrena may not have built or to a certain level before entering in your free parliament and we hear report of former MPs some of them have to be put in stretchers to parliament say on be peska kradi akọ hospital any ade bi mo ebeba beye la lasuna la kakra wo parliament enti enyo bia na that fear of losing election of funny easy sao
minimum keniso ano ye parliamentary footballer ono so ball wie no and also yeah discuss here the hospital me musician me name actor and it's not just parliamentarian it's a cuts across and you know ABI it depends if we as won nim ni ochina ebeba obi betumi aye ne bibia but bibi betumi abebom we as you have to understand it in a different way and you know I don't have a problem with that the problem that I have is doing the wrong thing to win an election and no na me here aha ade na wo ye no me no ya adwen me no ya adwen
obeka kire no
straight and ade na o see ye and anopem wo na obi aba say o ye se nra school dan bi esi ba bi mo akobu ntu kofo bi adwan am say catch am so mo fra MP jama mo ka say me da so yakwa me plus me na me MP no mabu I will say ye bibi papa say o say see a district center to say government kroma ye friend saying a bibi event a 6 months na dear friend saying independence square to ho no be sin ne eda ho nan kan kras asase ya aye problem is akwa me kroma nje independence square to ho enka hifa ne be ye ne oma won kran kroma enka bibi ani ho and so we also create an area so me was come make me to third dan we ho kra na me dey check community no district say ha na ye district friend saying square ye bibia wo ha e was ye jato ho ma ekirima enti no so wo be ka say na sentiment asia jatan hwe kraman yo po won achi o na
but that would also be autocracy as a autocratic MP so you say no matter whose ox is God and no stakeholder consultation ye boo is that your approach
aye how enti no mining ye no papa yi adamfui zuba kogina kumase se woton ade wo kwan ho a ye bubefu mu nyina mutuma no gu no so kumase kru no wo se ye ne ye wuti baabi ton ade wonu se baabi ye ton ade enye mu nyina mo ka ho media na matu no zuba wo mu nyina mo ka ho baabi wa wo tra ton ade a wo se ye kire wo mafia kakra ye kwan afi ha de akota korade express road obi sinu kiosk kwan no mu oyale would kiosk kwan ya ye no mind about na ye no was see nyankofo bi a omani adin a sa no ma we omonwen ho e was say MP ade no I was say ya ade no to ho na nka me ba ye na nka wo fra mi hey a me betina hey e say MP oya yo autocratic me see obi enya sa wo hu sane e be ya da bi ye be ye
ebebu na ya
ye be ya de papaja ochina Industrialization ya come say na akufo ado kan ya wentumi aye no say may stop galam say na may Industrialization kran ya hwe election ya ho ne fa ko heaven at the end of be ko contest you but ye be the right ye lusu so ya hwe me ntumi fa election hunhuna me I was say me crofo no ho tom I was say gomua e look different and I believe that we can do it say when who kru a ayeyi a enyo dictator na sida cheme kru ba ko wo wiase a ayeyi a enyo dictator autocracy nya wo kenyina cheme ba ko pe e wo wiase China England before na ebe democracy no na dictators no ni monarchs o ma si kru no o ma ye kru no without that nya mu yesi say o man na yeyi yesi munya nkrofo mu ani adin o mu mi ni say omo betu ho esiwa ye adwuma wo ye no kra mfa no ho na say me hu akwa bi a o di matem wo Facebook so o ye na me say na wo ye foforo atem no mo di me bebregu YouTube na kohwe bi keke na download na poster afi na wo sa betra say akeka dwen hu dabi download dada ni bi bebre wo bro koye foforo sa ya dai enka he ezo go di
the Honorable Kwame Asare Obeng, Kwame A+. Do you still want to be president?
I want to live. I want to have good health. And no here. Na yendi sorry kaza na meye say na wonu me ochina na ebe yo. Me I just want
you are on record.
Anya hwe eno ye nrade no. And na beti ye na me hia ya ahoden enkwatenti ahoden wom. Ne aka ni nyana nya me be ye.
And you are still using Gomoa Central to prove a point to the rest of the country. Say it can be done.
I think that say the Gomoa Central kakrema me na went to me ya. The dinner we ya ansa obeye MP no. And then fa so obeye na won ho. Ya the man went to me ya. They bia na we say you na see na woka so. Unya kasa makasa na kumu omo makasa cheme omo yesen. Na fi na mesa be kasa. Unim say me be MP me tu kwan be ya dia o bintumi twa photo. Na say na me twa photo ba ko London. Because me hwe bebia me fi ya nso ye nipa me hwe bebia me ko omuso omu ye nipa. Why can't we be like them? It's ya na make a photo na me post no me ferry. I'm being honest. So why can't we be like this? Now say me go Dubai me go hwe a penguin on a desert. There is a penguin. Do you know what is the mindset of the people who decided to bring a penguin to a desert? To create an environment where a penguin can live in on a desert. These guys are overambitious, and they have been able to do it. They built Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and they built it on a desert, and there is a penguin living in Dubai. Bro, I was saying, the
pace are you confident?
Yes, with John Mahama. With John Mahama, I'm very confident.
What has he done amounts our confidence?
I hope I answer to question we. John Mahama ye.
Amounts our confidence no. So bet him the edru ho.
Then say ono friends John Mahama on control.
Sir.
Na say obeka asem bi, and I was so excited. Or say on to me cancer galam say nkrofo ni ye bi. It takes a lot of courage to say that. So for a president to say that, me mean to me cancer nkrofo say ya we party we for kwa na omudo omachi eja omo aba no we for kwa. It takes a lot for a president to be that truthful. Okay? Obi enu oto abama NDC just because onim say Ghana ebe dane heaven. Obi enu oto abama NDC because or expect say Ghana be dane obi oto abama NDC bia bebre na no omo to aba no because of one obi hu ehi. And two omo expect say at least e bit me aye honest kakra to amanipa no. Why na say onim say akudwamama be president yakra say CD e be do be na nka plan no. We didn't even know about this. We didn't obi no expect say CD be stabilize it. O could be so obvious. Hey, CD na stabilize no. Just for a short period, for a brief period. For a brief period and solve problem baby. John Mahama then why yenti me wo hope CDA is stabilizing even if it is for a brief period. Hasn't it solved a lot of problems? Now say for brief period that 1 minute man for now omo ye brief period no ye omo want for. Obi to me brief period to me want for 3. What I say brief period to me yield the positive results. And John Mahama has done extremely well, and he has given us hope. Adia baku amichi ene se de biaba nsesa ene omani ye broko omani sikana son sa de no na yesidi ni ye ye be kasa sa na wo se wo kro ni ye wo sika ni ye wo be den investors aba se me fam sika mbra bibia enye no
na se aban mu for can John Mahama nkasa can bi
yes but ono all can ono all can na o ye adwuma kan ho. See the more mistake and see the dollar no be call 5 and yet just talk or yeah. Into no so you invest no do sika ba you know that the currency is stable and it is strong.
Yeah.
What I say? Yeah. In this country it got to a time people were taxing, the government was taxing faith and belief. Belief. To build a country we had to tax belief and faith. They believed that Arsenal was called Chelsea was taxable.
Okay, betting.
Of course. So yes, like me gidi se boy I could me shrimpa Chelsea be Arsenal aban se man bi. And yes, we di area would you when you what can quant the amaji because we this can upload this canon.
The tax was on the winnings,
but we be upload this canon. Nia, you be upload this canon. Sikana would
what winner ye bet ya
now won't bet
10%.
Won't bet.
Yes, mean trap bus sanity.
No won't your point bet won't bet. Sikan will be upload app no so. Would we sikano to one as a one film bet no so the talk credit cry at e levy.
Sending a betting time.
And now cry at two abanye to be. Sad then who upload so would could bet. Maybe I was someone okay, main crab and person send my ubi aban say mamibi. It is can could do on quantity aban bejibi. It may buy you live in more. May show the kind of money economy maybe you could do here for this government to be able to come here. There is no excuse for Ghana to be a poor country, and this government is proving. Atoforsen, Dr. Siama, His Excellency the President, they are proving to everybody every day. They prove to everybody that it can be done. They are laying a foundation for others to come and build on. John Mahama has shown clearly that we don't have. Okay, let me ask you a question. Say Elon Musk back Ghana, no better gold mine, on two gold no. Only send the we are the net worth. I appreciate it. Elon Musk can come here buy a gold mine. Even before he mines the gold, his net worth will appreciate just for buying the gold mine. And Ghana has all the gold, so why are we poor? Somebody can just come and buy a gold mine, not mine the gold, but his net worth will appreciate. And you have all the gold and you are poor. Why? Ghana must not be a poor country. And that and you see the difficulty, and they say, so we are the papa, and so that is the only area where they will always attack. International median fees under so much attack because that is what will build Ghana. We have to build Ghana with our own gold. Our gold has built many countries, and it is time we build our country with our own gold. And gold board is one of the most sensible things that any human being has done. Omokasa was doing gold for oil. That was the idea. He also had an idea, but it was not structured in this way. So they know that the gold will work for us. The whole attack is on gold board because the gold board succeedia omumba power. Sana tie.
That's it. You don't lose power just because you can be very successful and still lose power. You know that.
No.
You've been around for a long time.
Success was very successful.
Until you can do nyoma or man for be brainy and still lose power.
A man for be brain, what percentage? Why is that be brain no energy when you are losing? It's not possible. Once you lose power, we are the man for be brain energy.
Okay. And I will give an example. I mean, a lot of people thought President Kufuor did very well. Meboa. You even believe he did very well as president. Meboa.
Oh, yeah, familiar.
But after 8 years, on that same party's ticket, somebody you also believed in, Anado, as flag bearer of the NPP, lost power. Even after Ghana for you Jitum Sekofo, Abeya, and you may be a bar, na revolutionary, but still the NPP lost power.
ABS President Kufuor quartet tema.
Ankobe
Winnie. Character no mo de ba no, and when they lose power no, na Ghana form pe. In
2008.
Yes, near the buy na after bed daddy, a bed manifest here, so won't see a catch and say we yempe and a bed daddy, and untina 38 by the same character na 38%.
We a member of parliament.
Yes.
You don't rehash propaganda.
Okay.
It is not 38%.
Yes, I
41.7.
I mean,
that's the official gazetted result.
Okay, Martin.
Yes. And I think that's what you have to go with.
38. Who gazette no way?
The Gazette, the EC Gazette.
I would know.
Say me new has it.
You the bar 38. Yes, I'm so white cried and say Wofie. 38. Twaso.
Oh. Obi free house of record say ba now. Okay.
No, we record award them have been here. Who new record no.
You don't know say EC Gazette.
Young Casam. I 38.
It is okay, so yes, because A plus Opa Central, unya 2,000 votes.
Opa Casami 1,000. Opa Casami 1,000. You can be a farmer. No, Opa Bia Carasa Marine Yame. No, Opa Casami 100. No, be a farmer. Be a farmer.
Inti, Nanado was your friend.
Yes.
Is he still your friend?
Oh, Nanado, I like him as a person. People don't understand.
Do you talk to him?
That be.
But you used to talk.
No, a big man. Once Nanado do a big man, it's no, or your boss, who can friend one can ye, Nanado, your boss, and any year, you, your mama, no, you're down for. Hey, your mama do the whole gun, or you be a down for.
But not
your boss. And once an Indian Nana, or two for a year, friends, or therefore, or no, Nana, on you're down for, sir. They're better than another down for. Hey, maybe Nanado on the level your way. Your Muhammad, dear, or you're down for. Oh yeah, boys. Obia over market is here. Obia, Obia to say your mama, or your street, or your guy. And another day your boss. A small god.
What abandon the push for a third term for John Mahama?
I never.
What they are two baby?
I never. Also your records.
No, me make a statement.
Was some
have you abandoned?
And I'm saying I never called for a third term for John Mahama. I only called for an end to term limits. Whether it's today, whether it's after John Mahama, whether it's Bawumia Beye president, whether it's Asiedu Nketia Beye president, I'm saying that we have to look at ending term limits in Ghana. That's it. I never said that John Mahama.
That was the advocacy?
Of course.
And you still advocate for it?
Oh, I think that term limits M1, there is nowhere in this world, there's not a single country in this world that the term limits are developed. And people are not looking at it from that angle. But I can tell you for a fact that there is not a single country under the sun develop it with term limits.
And move from third world to first world with term limits.
America.
I agree with
you. Say America, but America never had term limits for 150 years. They only had term limits in 1951 during the 22nd Amendment. Before then, all those who were contesting for just 2 terms were doing that just by convention. It was not law. It was not law. No, there is no country in this world that Omaya term limits say 8 years are kono obimbra Omaya ye we are sibini ho. England, the king, the monarch in a building or mine. Everywhere that you have developed, because with your 8 years be 4 years work or 12, 8 years be also some bibia. Now by the ye, a simple ye. John Mahama say President Kufuor Okanye, Senka President Kufuor, or minister of developer or mine. Every time I know a president I'll be seen that can even Ghana. Every government has performing on in their first term because there is an incentive to perform, which is the second term, and when they get the second term, there is no incentive to perform because naturally, team say they will lose 8 years. Into if you work on a galamsey period, but if Argentina Ghana politics no obiara come, me too 30 million okrum. Me to me cause some democracy team person be black star. Me ko black star meaning bo. Say with a human right into black star person be bobi esa na who discriminate because person be bobi meaning bo. Argentina eba amembo dia e was obiara can be. E was a select your mom be ya asofo. Omo mbe bobo, omo mbe buman. Obia politician bia make decision bia na osuro electorate no hwe say yete Ghana ha na Chinese need to be fairly in so say o si dan esi so na obetumi akwacha na kwatwadua but baby ya feel peshi lagoon ya na say minister nyamenhira Greater Accra regional minister Greater Accra mayor nyamenhira omo hwe monye edwuma na moye no say president say electorate no mom to aba no foot soldier for na ade edwa nti ombeju anya hwe okwa anya mebehira wasefo bedi ye say e build your mind no hwe maame no gina ne na so baby o say ye kala ni pefi o say ye kala mu firi ho onsura de this is the nipa say no ne qualify say de o mind show omonsa China nipa ha no aba feeling so no we si dan yesi so na town and country planning yetu omo kawo But yes, sorry, I see a quite demolition. That time now, Crophonis, no, not town and country planning for when. Me, we are the president of Ghana. First thing, quite be a year, be a second, we be 20 years, but say audit. It also quite 20 years, I say, as I say, quite no hefa. I say, and I said, that's all. Won't to me, you're quite non living thing. I'm a quine and say, no, what that's what you say. Why you're quine? A quine, I say, no, Kwame Nkrumah, quite many years, I feel years, I any be more. And a president, no, or no, onim kwam. President Kufuor ye kwan fia Kumase. Or that's what Ghana, kwan I say, etut ase kra. How can any government build a road? No road na say na government in move forward. There you also move connect chirima be say we no na ye. What I say? But President Kufuor on yet engineer highways engineer na say baby omo ye kwan minimum on ye edwuma ho. Enti no wona e dia hye wonsa say wona wo behwe me begina kwan so say ye ni you and you me hu. But wona e hye wonsa no as engineer na wona wo hwe no. Say yes, kwan be di 20 years na e di 5 years na tutu say achi wutu. Sa na e di bu mind. Oh, one fa say no dey na democracy. Democracy no ye the amount time wo person wo develop won ye yi o. Na we sidan town planning for munim say baby ankofo de bia mu de ka twem wo ho. You know mo dwuma no say e wo say mo planning o man no. Mo planning o man no na ankofo no sidan ni wi a mo ba say ye bebu.
But without democracy, you will not be in parliament.
I will say democracy no ye tailor no, and yeah one size fit all kind of stuff. The democracy in Ghana won't work in Burkina Faso. The democracy in China won't work in England. Human beings are different, and democracy no see a tailor no depending on their culture, their history, and everything. You cannot practice the same democracy in Iran, in Australia. And you know, we have to practice. I am a Democrat. I believe in democracy, but our democracy must be tailored in such a way. Say, develop it. You cannot have every party coming with their manifesto. When you have a National Development Planning Commission, what is their job? We have to have a blueprint as a country that every government will follow. Every government must campaign and say that, yeah, bano, the amino ye plan. They say ye be ya deal with them. Crofo we no omo chewa hunting omo to abama eni yembe and tem. And yes, say be a win we yempe yemba yembe ye say that big plan ne da ho. But idea what can say we no omo de no boarding. Mo to abama yen iba be en tem ye be ni cheaper so e be last so. That is the campaign. You cannot run a country with party manifestos, and that was the recommendation of the National of the Constitution Review Commission, the one that was set up by Professor Mills. It was part of the recommendations, and this is what we have to do as a country. And you know whether if Ghana ye na manko parliament na eden. Because without democracy, men na men manko parliament ebe eden. Say Ghana ye a sanka men kasa me koye gumu ye nka say gumu na ye deda.
But on term limits, no. I mean, I get your point.
Dominic, na say sanko with you on. So what you want almost signal.
No. Question I'm person me busa that but we refined I feel na aba. Na me share, I mean, share the Malaysia example, the Singapore example, even Rwanda, what Kagame has done in Rwanda in the years our war abemu. We had a similar experience with Rawlings, 19 years. It didn't give us the result we wanted.
Yes.
India, it's not necessarily having that longer stay in power.
I want longer stay. We can be near some and I can depend on me some be juma.
Let's be before assembly.
It's in a me patch and say here in Ghana. Ayana me can Rawlings asema. Uncle, I'm happy that you brought Rawlings issue. Obi credit to me for say, oh, Gen Z for no more ban, omu feel Rawlings, omu nimu no. The omu penasem ti ya men can Rawlings asema. Let me say meka. Me say me church room. Rawlings had every opportunity to turn this country around. Me ye me di wo Bremensi Kuma Secondary School. Me na me form friends of JJ Rawlings. Na me go form 2. Na the Mr. Siaudonko on the headmaster. That time no na nkofo bibra start agitation on person omo forming new pa MPP ni ade. Enti no me Rawlings, me a supporter of JJ Rawlings. JJ Rawlings had very beautiful ideas. No great intentions sir. O feel say o say otumi ye. But we nya aboafo until he failed. Now say okobobo now strikers now she go no fail. Say coach yebe pamo. Until yebe kasa Rawlings 19 years no, he didn't do well. Rawlings had
enough to do a lot.
It was enough to build. That is the same period that he did UAE. The same period now Rawlings here president. So that was the same period that he did see UAE. And Rawlings had every power to change everything. unfortunately, I'm not saying that I don't like Rawlings. I'm still an admirer of Jerry Rawlings, but Jerry Rawlings failed 19 years. Ghana better he would be President Chen will be what check like how do I say it?
Yeah, like when you're longer stay in power.
Chen will be and look at Kagame. Look at what he's doing in his country. You have anybody who has not visited Rwanda must go and see that they have a plan. So why couldn't Rawlings do it? This is the question that we are asking, and I'm saying that if you take examples of Nipa Oma building or Maya, all of them, they had the time to build, to develop, and yes, I short thought here ibubu.
But so then, on what basis? It will come back to my earlier question. On what basis are you then hopeful? Say, John Mahama is on the right path, no better Ghana, because he's working in the thought system. No, in fact, we cried here. I can't 2 years.
And in America, say, Yenya ubi me nipa okachire me say Ghana yen koso with democracy. Yenya yen support it. Ne yen hwe democracy be boa yen. But one day a woman both will be a band de kakaka bedu time no both afi be gina na fi enya obi a obesesa de no kra here President Kufuor. I'm not catching me. President Kufuor say Ghana be yi. Remember be me de obi a band de kakaka say bedu stage mo afi benya obi a oba besesa de no kra. And so John Mahama is laying a foundation because when him say the time akano and the time no esua. So he's laying a certain foundation very solid. And that is what he has to do within this period. At this time, you don't expect, look, bro, once I can say, me a member of parliament, until you say I can't, you can't. And I'm going to tell you something that the media, and all of us, not just the media, but all of us have failed to tell Ghanaians. Ever since you bought on my Ghana to her, Kwame Nkrumah see Tamahabo, Obi NCB apart from John Mahama.
Is it the MPS?
Of course. Have you told your listeners that is a new harbour? It was not an expansion of Tema Harbour. That harbour, if you have not told them, you have to tell them today that was a whole new harbour that was built close to Tema Harbour. It is not an expansion of the old port in Agyapong.
Yes.
This is a new harbour that was built close to the old harbour.
Sure.
Ghanaians don't know, and was built by John Mahama.
It was built under John Mahama and not by John Mahama. Two different things.
You can use any preposition that you want.
When he was president,
you can
MPS was built.
It was
not built by John Mahama.
You can use any preposition that you want.
No, but that's true.
I'm saying what I want to say. Any preposition I want to use is fine.
No, you cannot say what you want to say.
Who said the truth? But who said I came here to say what you want to say?
You have to say what is the truth.
No, man, I didn't come here to.
Unless you have to state facts.
Wait, when I say it was built by John Mahama, I didn't say John Mahama took a spade and a pickers and the excavators and went there to build. I'm speaking. We are speaking in a certain context, and you have.
LLB.
I know. Baby, what could do? Camera. Proceed and it may come and I'm telling you that I'm saying this in a certain context, and you have to understand it. I don't know what you say. Said your mama is here Ghana. You're sorry to see I can say John Akufo-Addo time or yes Akufo-Addo say Akufo-Addo say.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, be on conform the trankas Akufo-Addo no or different HS by Ghana.
But that's a different conversation.
Na your mama they on the new port by Ghana and they are now who you fancy for Nibiana.
Say your war. To say
John Mahama some kakra so who can become
hold on.
You say be you being leaders are
I like John Mahama like you do.
That be
what we are doing here is to state.
I didn't think you spend the time on
what I'm saying
under any buy.
Hold on. What I'm saying is we are stating facts.
Me patch say why are we
men can say it here for say
into Ghana oh my when you see into the be Obi into so many years you can say Kwame Nkrumah na see make adenta make say Kwame Nkrumah see that than no one country na make say John Mahama see for and they will come be
you are now coming home
me patch say ya kasa make say Kwame Nkrumah see tema meba obi abotre
my memory example so we can say e-blocks because a direct government of Ghana project GOG funded You understand?
Obi. Onim na opesa wo ka bia Ghana for no mu nima so America. No fa che na wo de anya na opesa
private investment happen under John Mama. That's the distinction.
Na opesa wo ka bia wo de yan kan yan koye nim. You spend the time wo emre ni ho. A report no kra no John Mama no wada na mkrofo bi si ya wo de yan koye nim.
John Mama time